life is full of surprises, that unpredictable nature we can't describe or control. We are always in constant search for power, social status, of achieving what for many people is what we must do or have. But what do we really want? What do you really want for your life? I discovered it when life gave me a brother. I had no idea how my whole life would change. Maybe I was not old enough to understand it at the time, but I was just a few steps to discover a secret never told. My brother grew up over the years, living a normal life like any child of his age. He used to say few words. He was starting to speak. But for some strange reason, he decided to stop talking. Those sharp words from his mouth disappeared. There were only small extracts he used to communicate, which had become my second language to understand his words. I loved spending time playing with him, understanding every gesture, every short word he said to understand what he wanted to express to the world. And I was there, being a boy who just wanted to understand what happened to him and why he decided not to talk anymore. I saw him sitting, playing with his toy car he loved so much, that one with the red color. It was like if nothing else existed in this world more than that red car. Over the years, and thanks to my mom, who tirelessly did not tire of seeking an answer, I discovered that my brother was autistic. I could not understand it in depth, but I knew he should always count on me. But as people react according to the situation, some fail to understand the depth of a reality. The crisis shows what we are actually made of. My father never understood what my brother needed to be better every day. He just preferred to run away like the cowards. He left the other warrior in full battle, alone without his company. But that did not stop my mother. In fact, it made her stronger, with more desire to continue fighting. I may not have the maturity to face it, but I tried. Every afternoon I was with my brother teaching him to read and learn a little more of the world that I was facing. I made him understand that I had to fight for his dreams. Life had taught me that there was a reason to fight every day of my life. My brother grew up enough and he had to go to school, even though he missed 3 years of study because my mom had a fear of something happening to him. My mother and I went to different schools in search of a study space for him, but to our surprise, in many places that even had close friends of my mom, they closed the door in our faces. I was full of impotence. It was not fair that because he had a special condition, he could not have the same rights that I did. My brother loved to sing different songs of different artists he knew all by heart. He seemed like a human jukebox. And until this day, when I write this with him next to me, he's still focused on singing more and more like there's no tomorrow. I had understood that my brother had a skill that many people, for not to say the vast majority, had trouble understanding, that he could concentrate on something and perfect it. A few years ago, perhaps, he sang songs with bad lyrics and big D-tunes. But nowadays, and perhaps in a couple of years more, he will have the talent to sing them perfectly and to the letter without any kind of detuning. I understood that this was the meaning of life, that it was not about doing it at first and perfectly. It's about that even if you are the worst at what you love, do not ever stop and become the best of all. I understood the secret, that what I wanted was not achieved by luck, it was achieved by constancy, by discipline. And maybe it would take me years to be the best in what I loved, but the years that would come with it would be the best of my life. It was about accompanying him in that race of cars he played as a child to reach the goal next to him. Despite not understanding the whole situation, it was enough to understand that it's a puzzle you were solving over the years. I have to thank you very much, brother. You have taught me so much in all these years. And I want you to be the first to see this and to know that despite the nights you spent crying because Dad was not there, in those nights that broke my soul and where I did not understand why you could not have resisted as I did, with less years with him and a quarter of his body. Today I am, and I always will be with you, until the years don't let me be by your side.